everybody, it's Bria. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. So this video is about everything that I've been seeing so far with people moving back into their college dorms. I feel like y'all going back home soon. Sorry. And I know there's been a lot of, just so many different opinions and feelings about going back to begin with. And I genuinely understand both sides, right? Because I want to be on campus so bad, but I also know that it's not smart to be on campus right now. And I also don't really have the final say so because my mom is paying for college. And so she's like, yeah, you're not staying on campus, which, whatever. And so there's people, but the thing is, I've seen... So the people who have chosen to go on campus, I understand that there are different reasons. I'm more sympathetic of the reasons for like, peace of mind is important. If you're in an abusive household, that's important. If you had a job prior that was in Northern Virginia and you're trying to keep that job and you need to go back on campus for that, that's understandable. If you were working for housing, that's understandable. But I'm having a little less sympathy for the people who are going back on campus just to see their friends. Again, that's a legitimate reason. I mean, if you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, most of us haven't really been that social for a couple of months. So it's understandable that you kind of want to get back to the swing of things. The issue is, though, the more we try to rush that process, the longer it's going to take for us to get there. The more that we, stay isolated and do what we're supposed to do, the quicker this will all be over with. And the fact that, first of all, we can barely get people to wear a mask. And yes, George Mason has that policy where you must wear a mask. But a mask also is the 800% way of not catching it. Either it just reduces the chance. And so, and Northern Virginia has been known as a hot spot for COVID as well. And so I say all that to say, the people, most of the people that I've seen, it's not everyone, but most of the people that I've seen on campus, their moral compass is a little off. Like, they're more concerned about hanging with their friends, having these kickbacks, having parties already. They're more concerned about that than the safety and well-being of everyone around them, including themselves. And I've also seen a lot of people who chose to go on campus get really defensive at the people who are kind of critical of that. And I've just been seeing a lot of them be like, oh, like, even if we're on campus for a week, it's worth it, mind your business. But people have a right to be concerned, especially if there's already talks of frat parties and things like that going on. I think that people have a right to, at the end of the day, and this is like a big thing I wanted to kind of talk about as well, is that if you put your business on social media, people, you're like, I won't say, because you should be able to post whatever you want without people harassing you about it. But at the same time, when you put it out there, people are going to see it and people are going to have an opinion on it. So if you genuinely don't want people speaking on your situations, then don't post it. Don't post that you're going to be staying on campus and then get mad when people are like, well, maybe you shouldn't. And so I don't think it's a matter of, I don't think we should be fighting each other over it, but it's like, when you see people going on campus and immediately, making plans, you see them on Snap or on Instagram with no protective gear on, they're just doing whatever. When you see stuff like that, it makes you question your reasonings, and it makes you question if we're actually going to be able to keep this virus off of our campus. Especially considering that the tests were self-administered, which means that there could be a lot of inaccurate results. Some people may not have done it correctly, because I heard that the test was like the down your throat test, and I'm sure that was super uncomfortable for a lot of people. And I'm sure that some people probably did go down into their throat, but maybe not for as long as they should have. You know, like, I say all that to say, just because the proper precautions are there doesn't mean that you're completely safe from the virus and it affecting you. And so, as we've seen with, let me see, I'm actually going to look it up so I don't say the wrong thing. There were 2 universities recently that had outbreaks and they had to go back to online learning after a week. So the 2 universities were UNC Chapel Hill, which is in North Carolina, and you have Notre Dame University, or University of Notre Dame, which is in, what is that? In Indiana. Both of those schools opened up, and they're already back at home doing online classes because of the outbreak. Now, people, of course, have their, arguments like, oh, well, they weren't taking the same precautions as Mason. I think one of them had just straight in-person classes. They didn't have any online classes. Some colleges, and that's another thing too, I have heard that other colleges in Virginia, they didn't make their students get tested before coming back. So that's going to be a disaster. It's a lot of the unknown. And I just don't see y'all living on campus for long. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I might be a little salty that I'm also not on campus. Just because, again, for me, it would have been peace of mind. I don't like being at home for this long. I can't focus being at home. And it's not even so much like online classes. I would have preferred to be able to do online classes in my own room. And for me, it's just like a level of privacy. Like, I just don't want to be in the middle of class and my teacher asks me a question and wants me to unmute my microphone, and then my mom is standing by the door listening or being nosy, because she does stuff like that. I don't have any privacy in this house. And, I can't get like an apartment or anything right now. So I'm kind of just like stuck. And so I would have preferred to be in my own single room on campus doing my work. I feel like that would have alleviated a lot of stress from this semester, but nothing I can do about that. But yeah, and so I said that to say, if you're on campus and you want that to continue being the case, then do what you're supposed to do. Stop trying to have all these kickbacks. Stop going to these frat parties. Stop having frat parties. And if you're going to be that reckless, then don't post it on social media, because people will drag you for it. This is serious. This is people's lives in danger. And yeah, so we'll see how long this lasts. The semester starts next Monday, so we'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on how long you think all of this is gonna last as far as having in-person classes. And make sure you guys subscribe to this. God, I cannot talk. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.